Hi heathens! So for today's video I'm going to be doing something a little different style to my channel. This is something that a lot of other people who do YouTube videos are probably doing just out of kind of habit or maybe necessity if it's sponsored. However, I'm going to be doing a quick full face, but of all products that I know for a fact you can still purchase. And the reason that I'm putting such emphasis on that is because I know I like to use products that I own, but sometimes those products are older, like you can't go repurchase them anymore, they've been discontinued, the brand isn't there anymore, just various things. So we're not going to do that. These are all products that I checked prior to filming. Hopefully by the time this goes up, they are still available, but at the time of filming are all still available on their respective websites. So we're going to start off with eyes as usual, and this is the ColourPop and Bambi palette. They had a whole Bambi collection, and this is just the little Bambi palette. And they do collabs all the time. They've been doing a lot of Disney collabs recently. Like their most recent one, I'm going to tap in first with Little April Shower, which is the very nude color in here. Their most recent Disney collab was the Tinkerbell collection. I was not able to get anything from that one. I believe everything from that collection is actually still available on their website as well. ColourPop has some incredible eyeshadows. I do wish, honestly, they're one of my favorite brands, but I do wish they would kind of slow down with the drops because I just don't have the money to keep dropping. So I've missed quite a few of the more recent collections, but you know, it is what it is. I'm now going to tap into Young Prince. I'm going to make this a super simple look because I want to have time to focus on all of the other products. So I'm actually not using one of the shimmers in this look, which is why I kind of took that lash shadow all the way across the lid, because this is going to be a strictly matte eyeshadow look. And it's not a one and done because there's obviously 2 shades involved, but it's a very quick out the door look. And I feel like it still feels complete. You know, these palettes are very nice. They're very pigmented. And they're purse-friendly size. Let's put it that way. I hate saying that things, for me anyway, are travel-friendly, because I, even before, you know, everything going on, didn't exactly travel a whole lot. So I don't know how it travels. It's obviously a nice size for traveling, but it's also a nice size to throw in the purse. So that's what I'm going to call it, purse-friendly size. Alright, so now, obviously moving on to face, we're going to be going in with the Ciate London Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer. It has a little pump. I'm just going to pump it onto my face. I was going to pump it onto my hand, but it seems unnecessary. I don't use... Ooh, I don't know if you saw that, but I went to drop it on my forehead and instead it dropped on my nose. I don't use a whole lot of this. Just a little bit in various areas around the face. And then just blend it in. A little bit goes a long way. And as someone with pretty oily skin, I don't want to overdo it with a hydrating primer, because I find that sometimes, depending what foundation I'm using over it, it makes my oils come out a little quicker, but not with every single foundation. It's just something you gotta kind of play around with a little bit. Okay, so for foundation, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape foundation, and I have mine in the shade Porcelain Beige. This is obviously a very, very fair foundation. Since it is summer, I don't tan, but I am a little darker in the summer. So there's a chance it's going to be a little light on me right now. But it shouldn't be anything too major. I think I have both of my Wand Tarte foundations, let's put it that way, in this shade. Because I do not have my, which I think they fully discontinued when they brought out the new formula, but my clay, Amazonian clay foundation from them, I believe is in a different shade. I really want to try the new formula because I love the original Amazonian clay, but I'm so worried that it won't look as good. Especially, this was something I probably could have looked at while I was on the Tarte website, but I didn't think about it. But especially since I think they did discontinue the original when they revamped the formula. Like, it replaced the original. And that makes me sad because it seems like every time I really, really, really like a foundation, that happens. Thankfully, I have backups of both my Amazonian clay and my Becca Longwear, because Becca is no longer a brand, and I love that foundation as well. So thankfully I have backups of both of them, without knowing that it was going to you know, not be a thing anymore, but just out of, these are expensive, and then I caught them on sale, and it made more sense to go ahead and buy one at a sale price than run out and hope another sale came. Okay. And then I'm doing something in this video I don't normally do, but since I wanted to make this more of a full face, I did not include a bronzer, but I did include a concealer. So this is the Tarte C Hydro Sealer, and I have mine in the shade 12 in Fair Neutral. Just comes with a little kind of slanted doe foot. I'm just going to put a little bit here and a little bit out here. And then what I usually do if I'm going to wear concealer is I just take my finger, ring finger, which has a hair on it, and use that to tap it out, because your ring finger is supposed to be your lightest finger as far as like pressure, and you don't want too much pressure around the eye. The few times I've used this concealer, I have really liked it. I found that it wears pretty decently as long as I set it right. Like, it doesn't sink in. I'm very, very particular with concealers, which is why I don't use them often. But this one's pretty good. It's a nice shade too for me. Like, it brightens the under eyes, but I can use it with a lighter foundation like this, and it doesn't look darker, even though it kind of is. I'm gonna take a little bit on my finger and brighten that part of my nose. Okay. Now, ooh, I didn't actually grab the right brush. I'm just gonna use this. This is technically a brush that I would normally use for highlight, but it's clean, so it's like a little fluffy kind of crease brush. And I'm going to set my under eyes, and I'm going to go in with a lot of Ciate London in this one. This isn't even the last Ciate London product. This is the Extraordinary translucent powder. It's a brand that, like, I don't realize how much I enjoy their products until I do something like this, and then I'm like, oh, Ciate, because we have a primer by Ciate, now a setting powder by Ciate. You can also still get the Tarte Shape Tape setting powder. It's somewhere in here. It is still on their website, and it's a really good one too. So I apologize that a lot of my videos have, like, older products. But like I'm sure you can find a dupe for almost anything. And one day when I have the funds, I will take some of my favorite older products that like you can't really purchase anymore unless you get it from like someone, or like Mercari, Poshmark, Glambot, something like that, where they have pre-owned products. You just can't buy it straight from the brand anymore. But I'll try to find dupes for like all of my favorites. Okay, next we have, which is why I haven't like powdered all my face. This is the highlighter I'm going to be using. This is one of the ColourPop light sticks, and this is in the shade Star Bright. So what I've been doing is just taking it on the tip of my finger. All right. And going over the high points. This one I don't bring in as far as I sometimes bring my highlighter because it is a cream, and I find the further I bring it in on my cheek, the weirder it looks. I don't know how else to explain it. But sometimes with highlighter I like swoop it. I don't swoop these as much. Now, was doing this before my next product a bad idea? Possibly. But we're going to find out. I'm going to give you a close-up of this first so you can kind of see all these current products before I move on. I don't know how much the highlighter will show up on camera because it's very reflective, but it's also soft, you know? Here, let me swatch it on my hand so I can show you. Like, it can be built up, but you have to be careful of building it up on foundation. I hope you can see that. All right, so next we have our blush, and this is Ciate London, and this is the Marbled Light in Dusk. Now, a disclaimer for this one. It is still on their website. However, it looks like it might be about to be discontinued because they are all on sale for half price. And like I said, this one is in the shade Dusk. I'm just going to tap in. And this is my Alamar Cosmetics brush. This is my favorite brush for blush. And I'm just hoping that it doesn't stick to that highlighter too much, since it is a cream highlighter. That's why I said doing them in this order may have been a bad idea, but it doesn't seem to be sticking to it. And the other side. I'm going to put a little bit more highlighter on over it because I do feel like it kind of minimized it a little bit. Oops. So I'm just taking my finger and tapping over just along the side of the eye. Just for a little extra, didn't get enough on that side. Just for a little extra gleam. Now for lips, this is one of my favorite lip formulas ever. I'm going to be really, really sad if these are ever discontinued in some way. And these are the Half Cake Lip Fondants, and I'm going to be using the shade Theme Song. Like, first off, look at that packaging. Second off, they have one of those great, like, triangular doe foots, so like a lot of it gets caught in that center for you to be able to easily apply. Like, how easy was that? And look at the application. They do dry down matte, so, you know, that's something to keep in mind if you don't like a matte liquid lip, but they're beautiful and they last all day. Oh, just flawless. For eyes, we are going to be going in with the, obviously this exact one you may not be able to get, but the Tarte Light Camera Lashes, because it's a classic in my opinion. Great. And still available. I was going to go in with the Wander Beauty Mile High Mascara, but I know how a lot of people feel about Wander Beauty, so, but that's also a really great option. I kind of want to do a full face, now that I am doing this, of products that I wish would return. Because not that I have any kind of pull, because I have no influence over anyone whatsoever. But I love seeing like products that work great and trying to imagine why the brand would have discontinued them if it's a brand that is still, you know, around and they just don't carry that product anymore. Like, for example, I wouldn't put any Becca products in there because it's kind of unfair to be like, oh, this product doesn't exist anymore when it's like the whole brand is gone now. Then a classic that I've only used once before this. For setting spray, it is the Benefit Cosmetics Professional Super Setter. I just have a mini, but such a nice fine mist. So that is my full face of products that are still available, that are well worth the money, the hype, the whatever, that you can actually still go purchase. So let me know your thoughts down below. Do you own any of these? Which one is your favorite? And yeah, let me know what you want to see next time. Subscribe to see more of my content, and I guess that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.